And we're underway once again in the CD9029 Big Room. So excited to welcome Windsor to the stage today. Let's go ahead and hear the song that just came out yesterday, July 13th. That is Friends I Barely Know from Windsor in the Big Room.
Staring at the zombie house on Laurel Ave. Hand-me-downs, my brother's clothes was all I had. I'm so blind to the pain inside my heart, like I don't know if I should try to stop and start the blood rushing through my veins. Oh, now I'm standing in a marsh pit, surrounded by friends that I barely know. Broken glasses on the carpet, so Victorian house just feels like home. Suddenly I'm spinning like a ceiling fan, around and round we go. Suddenly I will never be alone with all of these friends that I barely know. Waiting for my day to come in no man's land. Get out while you still can. I'm so blind to the pain inside my heart, like I don't know if I should try to stop and start the blood rushing through my veins. Oh, now I'm standing in a marsh pit, surrounded by friends that I barely know. Broken glasses on the carpet, so Victorian house just feels like home. Suddenly I'm spinning like a ceiling fan, around we go. Suddenly I will never be alone with all of these friends that I barely know.
Friends I Barely Know is the brand new track from Windsor, performed live in the CD9029 Big Room. Thanks again for swinging by. That's awesome. It's so good to see you guys all in person. I got to start this Big Room off with a bit of a confession, if that's okay. I missed you when I was in New York on May 1st. You were performing in Brooklyn, your debut solo New York City set. I lied to Windsor. I stretched the truth a little bit, and I got to come clean. I said that I got caught up in some train delays. I just took the wrong train and missed the show.
It's easy to do in New York City.
So easy to get lost there.
It's very easy.
Well, hey, we're so happy to have you here in the simpler traffic of Columbus, Ohio, just passing through today. And, well, the more that I looked into that New York show and the rest of the shows that you've had since then, not only was that like your debut solo New York City set.
Yeah, I did some shows, like, when I started releasing the first songs, like July and Real Life. After Memory came out, it kind of gave me a lane to tour. In March, I opened for Portugal the Man and Alt J. So that was the first tour. And then we decided to do the New York show because hadn't done it yet, and it's just a fun place to play and an important city in the country. So I did that, and then now we're on tour with Cannons.
Yeah, how's it been so far?
It's been wonderful. We're playing a lot of the same cities that we hit on the Alt J Portugal the Man run. So nice. Familiar faces and some people that are hearing the music for the first time live. So it's been great.
Oh, that's so cool to see. And we're so glad to have you so kind of early on in your career as Windsor. And it's been an incredible year for you. How fast it all came together. Scrolling through, looking up things to do, I saw that you were performing, and I said, oh, I love Memory in July. Let me look up the rest of his music and put it on shuffle. So I was like in the other room, and I was like, wait, how did a Macklemore track come on this playlist? And I walked over, and that's how I found out that you've got the collaboration with Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Can you walk us through how that came together? Because it seems like it came together in like a couple of weeks. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, so he had heard my voice on something earlier in 2021. Macklemore had heard it, and he expressed interest in working with me. And so that vocal that made it onto the recording, I recorded at my home studio in Los Angeles. It's so easy to like share songs and music files and stuff. I didn't expect this vocal track to make it into Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's hands, but it did, and he really liked it, and he invited me up to Seattle, and we shot the video, and we just hit it off, and we have another song coming out, I believe, later this year, so stay tuned for that.
That's very cool to hear. Not only did that file make its way into their hands, but onto the actual song itself. I think that's so incredible that given like the engineering power that Ryan Lewis has, that the demo that you recorded was the actual version that winds up on the song.
Yeah, it was I was stoked because it was something I had produced, and it was really raw, and you can hear the room that I recorded it in, like in the recording. So I went to Ryan Lewis's studio, and we tried to capture it like through a more expensive, Macklemore, Ryan Lewis recording setup.
Yeah.
But we liked the charm of the original home recording.
Yeah.
It just had, it's like lightning in a bottle when you make a song or you make a recording. You can't recreate that most of the time, in my experience with that stuff. So
that makes a lot of sense. And it's also very encouraging to hear. I think more and more we're seeing musicians recording in home studios, and to know that you can have something of that caliber recorded at home is so cool to hear.
Yeah, you don't need an expensive set of equipment to make an amazing. It's about the song at the end of the day, right? We're in it for songs. So the gear, it doesn't matter. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, it can if it helps you get to the finish line, great. But if you have a minimal setup and you can do it at home, more power to you.
Makes me want to set up my home studio a little bit later on tonight, but until then, it's Windsor performing live in the CD92.9 Big Room. How about we hear another?
Okay, this is an unreleased song. It's called Drift Away. It's a tribute to my dad.
Starless sky, you're high above the light, and I drift away for days and weeks and months in life, and you're by my bedside in the creeks where your ashes lie, and you're by my bedside in the creeks where your ashes lie. And the birds on how streetcar for all the good times gone, and you're drunk in the bath. You drawn to think and dream playing cards, but no one ever comes. Someday you're unharmed, 'cause the clocks were ticking underground.
Wow.
Thank you.
Incredible, moving stuff from Windsor. Again, the unreleased song performed here in the CD9029 Big Room today. That was really incredible. When can we expect to hear that? Is that going to be on the new EP out this October?
Yes, so I have an EP coming out this October. It's called Where the Redwoods Meet the Sea, and that song Drift Away will be on there, as well as 5 other songs. So
That's great. I love that title.
yeah,
For the upcoming EP. Again, out on your birthday too. That's a nice coincidence.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
October 5th. So
Nice.
It'll
Well-
be fun. Lots of celebration to come.
Yeah, save the date. I love it. Well, hey, just earlier, not to bring this back to Macklemore and Brian Lewis, but the song Next Year that you released with them is a very predictive song. And as we stand here on this June 22nd, as we listen to this on July 14th, I'd like to see if you wouldn't mind making a prediction. Is that day going to be better than this one? What's that day going to be like? Are you willing to hazard a guess when people are able to hear this? I'm predicting like a cloudy, rainy day, just setting the bar low.
Yeah, I mean, where I live, it's usually June gloom, so... and I heard that there was really bad thunder in Southern California
Really?
yesterday, so hopefully next year there won't be as bad of thunder or
Yeah.
fire season. I do feel like next year will be better. You know, this year has been plagued by, this war that it is happening, and, I just hope that next year that we can find peace in the world.
Yeah.
I think everyone, would be able to rest better at night knowing that we're not at war with each other
Yeah.
in different parts of the world. So that is my hope.
Yeah.
But I'm optimistic.
I was going to say, I love the optimistic outlook. Hopefully a better next year. Hopefully a better July, in fact.
Yeah.
We'll get there in 3 weeks. I was anticipating that it was going to be gorgeous for you back home in Los Angeles. That's interesting to hear that the storms are rolling through. I get the hint that you're quietly into gardening. Is that true?
I don't know if it's quiet.
Oh, yeah? Loudly into gardening.
In the pandemic, I feel like everyone had a bread making project,
Yeah.
or a knitting project, or gardening.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just, my mom has a huge garden in the house I grew up in Santa Cruz, and my grandmother had a ranch in Northern California, so it's just like in my heritage, I guess, to enjoy gardening, and I started collecting cactuses, and
Oh, yeah.
it just is a meditation for me that has nothing to do with music, and it's like physical, and it just feels good. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. That's great to hear, and also great to confirm that you had a lot of space in your childhood. You told us a long time ago about your pet rooster named Speedy.
Yes.
What were the pranks that you would play on your brother? He told us that we played
Oh my
pranks
God!
with
Here
that
we
rooster.
go. We're doing this in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Grayson asked me a while ago, because I think I was recording a radio liner for the station,
Yeah.
and I grew up with chickens in my backyard, and Santa Cruz is not like in the middle of the country by any means. Like, it's like not in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of a miniature little city. So my mom has like an urban farm, basically. She has chickens and doves, and we used to have this rooster named Speedy, and I would carry him into my brother's room. He trusted me. We had a good rapport. He trusted me to carry him different places, and so I'd play pranks on my brother and drop the rooster at really early hours of the morning, like on a Sunday, and it would just cock-a-doodle-doo, like so loud. I don't know if you guys have ever been neck and neck with a rooster when it cock-a-doodle-doos, but it's like so loud, like foghorn volume. And my brother will never let that one go
So
for me. So
That
loud.
loud.
I mean,
That's wild to learn.
chickens are crazy too, because if you turn them upside down, they get hypnotized and they just kind of like. But yeah, there's lots of Lots of perks to growing up with farm animals in a urban setting.
That's very cool to learn. Well, hey, I do want to have you play one more and then set you on your way, but I do want to run you through a quick lightning round if you're ready for some rapid fire, this or that.
Okay.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
If there's a listener out there who just got a cat and hasn't yet named the cat, what should they name the cat?
Spot.
Ooh, I like that. That's a little like subversive. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Prosciutto.
Ooh, I like that. Cheetos. Do you take them regular, flaming hot, or neither?
Flaming hot, dude.
All the way. I love it.
Yeah.
It's daring. So the next question, would you ever go skydiving?
No.
If you had to fight one of these two cereal mascots, which one would you challenge? Would you fight Count Chocula or Captain Crunch?
Count Chocula.
Lastly, this is a question that I like to ask everybody that comes through the big room. What do you consider to be the prettiest American state in terms of its geographical outline alone? Like, what state has the best shape, in your opinion?
Louisiana, because it's a boot.
That's my number one answer. I love that. And it's shaped like an L. You don't get that very often.
Yeah, I mean, Italy, they are the boot, and I feel like
yeah.
America, we have Louisiana.
Yeah.
And that's a boot.
I love it. Great response. Again, it's Windsor here in the CD92.9 Big Room. We'll hear one more.
Can't turn back the clock whenever you want to. The world is changing, it won't stop, even when it's supposed to. All of the friends you had before are raindrops just falling at your door. Every word you say is just a memory stuck in my head like a videotape. It's just a memory slipping away. Echoes in the dark, fading where we are. Every word you say is just a memory stuck in my head. Future's here and then it's gone, like another sunrise. The light is blinding when it's on, living just for tonight. All of the friends I had before are raindrops just falling at my door. Every word you said is just a memory stuck in my head like a videotape. It's just a memory slipping away. Echoes in the dark, fading where we are. Every word you said is just a memory stuck in my head. All of the friends you had before, raindrops just falling at your door. Every word you said is just a memory stuck in my head like a videotape. It's just a memory slipping away. Echoes in the dark, fading where we are. Every word you said is just a memory stuck in my head.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks again to Windsor for swinging by the CD92.9 Big Room. Be on the lookout for the new EP, Where the Redwoods Meet the Sea, out on October 5th. The new song, Friends I Barely Know, out now. Thanks so much again for swinging on by. It's amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.
We will return things now to Control Central.